Yeah, but creepy lines too fast.
The Oni harnessed the power of corrupted Teru Teru Bosu to bring a deadly drought to the land. Many died of thirst and starvation. Their spirits became Oni, vengeful apparitions that drained the life from all they touched. The ghosts had to remove the corrupted Teru Teru Bosu to bring rain back to the land. The Oni's warriors stood between the ghosts and their goal.
Hey, look out! Stay down. Time to die! Didn't see me coming. Let me take a look. Good kill. What? Hey!
The path to the first corrupted Teru Teru Bosu was clear. The first step to bringing rain back to the land was done. Lightning, kami of storms and thunder, granted the ghosts a gift. With Lightning's gift, the ghosts will call forth a storm that can extinguish the Oni. The ghosts continued onward to remove the remaining corrupted Teru Teru Bosu and end the drought. The Oni we were drawn to the corrupted Teru Teru Bosu. Lightning storm will clear a path for the ghosts.
Follow me.
There There were more corrupted Teru in a nearby village. The ghosts knew where to go next. Teru are simple rain charms made by children in the hopes of good weather. But the Oni corrupted them. The ghosts arrived at their destination, a village once filled with life, but alive no more. They set out
Someone get ready to go!
The villagers were all worked to death by the Oni's overseer. The ghosts would make them pay. More corrupted Teru remained.
Face my wrath! Been removed! What?
The corrupted Teru were gone, but the rains did not return. Lightning warned the ghost that the Oni's overseer was to blame. A path opened up that would take the ghost to him. As long as the Oni's overseer lived, the drought would never end. ghosts arrived at a small island held by the Overseer's cruel grip. But only we blocked their path. The only way through would be to remove the last of the corrupted Tiru Bosu and bring back the light. One ghost remains.
I'll search the area.
The hunt continues.
Completely out of map.
There's something.
Face my wrath!
With the final corrupted Tiru Bosu removed, the rains returned, washing all the Onibi away. The path to the Oni's overseer was clear. Enraged by the return of the torrential rains, the Oni's overseer directed his fury at the ghosts.
I'll cut you down!
A single ghost remained. Defeating the Overseer and removing the corrupted Teru Bosu weakened the Oni. The ghosts were one step closer to visiting vengeance upon him.
Thank you.
Furious over his recent losses, the Oni sent enforcers to execute anyone who favored the ghosts. The mangled bodies of the innocent were displayed for all to see and became infected with hatred. These echoes of malice threatened to tear apart the barrier between the realms of the living and the dead. The echoes of malice caused Onibi to reappear, drawn by their hatred.
Oh my god, I just done with these things. Oh, do we still have it? Oh.
The wind god Hujin revealed an altar knowing the ghosts needed aid.
Okay,
The altar granted the ghosts a blessing in the form of Hujin's wind catcher. It could be used to gather nearby Onibi and then hurl them at an object, such as an echo of malice.
what's this? Reach expansion? There we go.
The Onibi cleansed the echo of malice, but there were more. The ghosts continued onward, hoping the path would lead them to the Oni's enforcers. More of the Oni's followers appeared. The ghosts realized the Oni would be used against them.
Oh, you can throw these guys?
There were many echoes of malice in this village. A massacre took place here. The ghosts needed to cleanse the echoes and rid the village of the Oni's followers.
Someone there?
Only a single ghost remained.
That didn't come.
Keep fighting.
With the echoes of malice cleansed and the Uni's followers defeated, a path opened before the ghosts. The ghosts continued, eagerly awaiting their chance to bring the Uni's enforcers to justice. The ghosts arrived at a quarry, intent on tracking down the Uni's enforcers. Once again, they followed the trail made by the echoes of malice.
Just gonna hold.
The ghosts were ambushed by a malevolent spirit unlike any they'd faced before. It eluded the ghosts' attacks. They suspected only be anchored the enemy in place. Now the ghosts had a way to defeat their foe. The ghosts made their way into the quarry, but the Uni's enforcers were nowhere to be seen. However, there were still plenty of enemies to deal with.
Skilled!
I'll hit you.
One
On your feet!
As the ghosts approached an outpost, they sensed a new presence. It had to be one of the Oni's enforcers.
Have to actually use a guitar.
The ghost brought one of the Oni's enforcers to justice, but more remained, including their captain. The outpost was filled with building supplies. The captain would not go down easily. The ghosts arrived at a fortress held by the captain of the Oni's enforcers. They would use the Onibi once again to cleanse the echoes of malice and defeat the remaining enforcers.
This is mine! Something that... Die, fools!
A clean kill.
Only one ghost
This
remained.
technique.
Prepare yourself!
Yep.
Get back in the fight.
Okay.
fight to clear the courtyard drew out the ghost's prey, the captain of the Uni's enforcers finally showed his face, and the battle to destroy him began.
What the hell? Okay.
You will die in agony. For vengeance! Got you.
With the captain of the Oni's enforcers cut down and all echoes of malice removed, the Onibi were drawn
No
elsewhere.
holding back!
The ghost stripped away the Oni's power and protections bit by bit. Soon they would
Appreciate
face
the
the
help.
Oni himself.
Oh, hey, finally has gun.
With the Oni's enforcers defeated, the ghosts picked up the trail of the Oni's general. He was a malevolent spirit who blocked the way to the Oni himself. The ghosts learned the general was encamped on a hilltop outpost and set out to find him. As they neared the general's outpost, the ghosts came under attack from a fire spirit. Fortunately, Jin granted them the gift of his storm. It would protect them from the fire spirit's attacks. fire spirit was vulnerable up close. More fire spirits battered the ghosts with blazing volleys. Fortunately, lightning storm continued to protect them. An echo of malice blocked the ghost's path. The wind god Hujin saw the ghost's need and granted them his gift once again. They could use Hujin's wind catcher to gather Unbi and use them to cleanse the echo of malice.
You're dead! Face my wrath!
I got lots of stuff in walls.
Saw that coming.
So shot.
Great!
The ghosts cleared the outpost, but the Oni's general was nowhere to be seen. The wind urged the ghosts further up the hill. As they pressed forward, the ghosts encountered a deadly new enemy that wielded Onibi as a weapon. The Oni's general had evaded the ghosts for now. If the Oni's general wasn't at his outpost, then he was likely at the Oni's castle. The ghosts stormed the Oni's castle, determined to vanquish the Oni's general. Blocked their way into the courtyard. Once again, Fujin's wind catcher would clear the way. The general was determined to stop the ghosts and sent more of the Oni's followers to block them.
There, let's see you fight! I see.
One ghost remained.
Well fought.
The ghosts were victorious, but the Oni's general was nowhere to be found. There was still one place the ghosts hadn't looked. A small homestead long thought abandoned. A path opened that would take the ghosts there. The general trained the Oni since childhood. He would never turn his back on his master. The ghosts arrived at their destination. The otherwise unremarkable homestead was covered with Onibi. The Oni's general had to be here.
Nothing can sever my bond of fealty to the Oni. In life, trained them. In life,
Oh, he jumped.
Oni's general fell, and the Onibi finally left the realm of the living. Now, the ghosts were ready to strike their killing blow against the Oni himself.
Okay. Now locking.
The ghosts arrived at the Oni stronghold, ready to avenge all who suffered under his rule. Hujin's Windcatcher and Laijin's Storm were both granted to the ghosts to aid them in their task. The castle was well guarded. Reaching the Oni would be a challenge the ghosts were eager to face.
completely outmatched.
The ghosts defeated the Oni's guards, but the castle's main entrance was sealed. They needed to find another way in. A graveyard to the side of the castle was filled with malevolent spirits. Perhaps they guarded another way into the stronghold.
Gotcha. Face my wrath!
An echo of malice blocked the way forward. It needed to be cleansed using Oni captured by Hujin's Windcatcher. The ghosts entered the first courtyard, only to find it filled with the Oni's corrupted Teru Bosu. They needed to remove them before continuing onward.
I'll cut you down! What was that? I see.
flaming arrow from the Uni's fire spirits rained down upon the ghost. The fire spirits were deadly from afar, but vulnerable up close.
I have you.
The path to the Oni was blocked with countless Oni beings. The ghosts had to find a way through.
Um,
Now, all that stood between the ghosts and their prey was an echo of malice. Fortunately, there were plenty of Onibi nearby to cleanse it. The path to the Oni was clear.
oh,
I hear you seek vengeance for when I killed you. You will not find it.
The Oni stood before the ghosts.
take
They
this.
were eager to exact their vengeance.
I have cut you down! great general. I deserved better than this. Forgive me, Lord Saito.
The Oni's vile flame was finally extinguished. The ghosts had their vengeance, and the lands controlled by the demon were free.